Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Breitling Navitimer TwinSixty. You can see this 42mm stainless steel Breitling Navitimer and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now you can see in terms of fit and feel, my wrist is 16 centimeters, 6 1/3 inches in circumference. This watch is easy to wear. The key is that it's only 48 millimeters from extremity of lug to opposite extremity. So 42 millimeters across the round of the case, from edge to edge. It only wears about 2 millimeters larger than a 36mm Rolex Datejust, so that's really your fit frame of reference. A Datejust on a strap, an easy watch to wear, but quite substantial. Being 16 millimeters thick, this one stands proud of the wrist, and it has a little bit of an inverted conical profile to it, so it actually flares more as it rises. You could fit it under a sport jacket cuff, but not necessarily the tightest of dress sleeves. But it's really not that type of watch. Being utility and aviation inspired, this is one to see, and if all else fails, wear over your overalls. And the bottom line is, it is easy to wear on a smaller wrist because of the proportions of the case and because of the superb black calf leather strap. Now you can see it's vintage styled, definitely evocative of mid-century aviator straps, with minimal bolstering, just enough that as it abuts the case, it swells and flows into the lines of the lugs, but not so much bolstering that it becomes uncomfortably rigid. What it also has that I really like is a contrasting stitch that creates independent channels defining that center sort of spine of the leather, giving it a lot of character, giving it texture and depth. And a pin buckle, beautifully polished with inset Breitling winged bee logo, completes the vintage vibe and the ergonomic equation, easy to adjust on the fly. And the bottom line is that the watch itself is all about flying. The Breitling Caliber 39, you know it from the Hercules, defines the look and function of this watch. Now for the most part, the look is Navitimer, and it reads huge for a 42mm watch, and here's why. Of the 42 millimeters across the round of the case, about 40 millimeters of that is the bezel and the slide rule itself. So what you're looking at is a wide, deep, gorgeous, and nuanced display. You're also looking at a ton of time and time-telling indications. Let's start with the bezel itself. Bidirectional winding, it's a circular slide rule, so what it is fundamentally is a mechanical tool for multiplying and dividing numbers. So you can use this thing, if you're a pilot, to calculate your ground speed, your airspeed, your time to destination, so your ETA, but you can also use it at the restaurant for calculating your tip. It's versatile, it's fun, and once you get the hang of it, you'll never want to use anything else. You'll be able to beat your friends with mechanical or electronic calculators. Now, moreover, the watch features civil time, hours, minutes, and seconds, joined by a unique chronograph display and an AM/PM indicator. Now here's how the chronograph display works. It's TwinSixty for a reason. 60 seconds read radially using the chronograph seconds hand, 60 minutes also read radially using the chronograph minutes hand. So like the old Omega Flightmaster and Speedmaster marks of the early to mid 1970s, the old LaMagna powered references, like the early 2000s Girard-Perregaux R&D01 chronographs, this one gives you the most salient and important chronograph registers, seconds and minutes, where you can easily see them at a glance. Now the watch features another wrinkle courtesy of the Valjoux 7750 based Breitling Caliber 39, and that's a mono counter at 6 o'clock. So I actually have chronograph hours and minutes superimposed on a single register, so I can refer to both of them at a glance, just as I refer to both seconds and minutes at a glance, which frees up the sub-register at 9 o'clock for an important purpose. As this is an aviator's watch, I have a 24-hour scale here that serves as AM/PM distinction for anyone using the watch. If you're in the interior of an office building, working away at a law firm, or if you are a pilot around the Arctic Circle, it's nice to know that you've got that AM/PM distinction to tell, for instance, whether it is currently 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. So you have a unique display of time, both civil as well as chronograph, and the added utility of a completely analog calculator mechanism. It's a unique look that's the signature of Breitling's Navitimer, but with nuances, mechanical and aesthetic. And on that last note, I want to emphasize the depth and the 3D effect of this beautiful patina-style array of Arabic numerals. Now they have two tones, one more subtle than the other. You can see the patina-style ecru coloration, which you may not be able to see on the camera is that there's also a sort of silver blue outline to each one of these numerals that gives it a 3D effect such that each one seems to jump off the black backdrop of the dial. This is a beautiful watch with a unique look and a unique history, as the TwinSixty was only built for 3 years in the late 1990s, and the example you see here is part of the Flight 2 TwinSixties. This particular reference was only built for a few months in 1999, so you're unlikely to ever see another one. The Navitimer is the icon. It is the essential watch of the Breitling manufacturer, but even among Navitimers, this is a face you won't see too often. It stands out in a crowd. It is an all-timer, it is part of the pantheon, but it's also got an extra gear. It flies at a little bit higher altitude, and it's a little bit more special. You can see this Breitling Navitimer TwinSixty 42mm in stainless steel on our website, watchyouwant.com.